What is up, y'all? So today I'm going to do something really totally different. I was looking at the stats from the daily videos, and it actually seems like a lot of people are just watching the personal insight part. So I'm going to touch on a topic today that is just insight, and it's something that a lot of people have been asking me about. A lot of my alumni who I just absolutely love, and even current students are asking me about this. And basically, the question is about more about just practically speaking, like what to do on a day-to-day basis to stay productive and to stay in a good mindset, because with all this time in isolation and all this time alone and everything being online, and frankly with a lot of people trying to handle all of the schoolwork and trying to keep up with their jobs and having to do them online, it's a huge challenge, especially if it's new. And if you're at a school that it's new for, a lot of times people are feeling super overloaded. So I just wanted to tell you a few things that have been helping me. I know that I've been basically working digitally for over a decade now, and I've probably worked with somewhere around 150,000 students this way. So working digitally is something that comes very, very natural to me over all of these years doing it. And there are some things that I've learned along the way that I think will help everybody, not just working digitally, but also in this time of being very isolated and on our own. So the first thing I want to tell everyone is it's totally normal to feel weird, being isolated and not being with people. There were long periods of my work life where I was isolated because of all this digital work that I was doing, and it was hard. I was doing so much filming and so much video stuff on my own, and it really took a toll on me. So it's totally normal for it to be something that feels very, very strange, and it was a big adjustment for me to get used to. So it's like now the whole world is kind of dealing with this adjustment phase. And the one benefit is if you're there, at least with family, and it's a healthy family situation, it's good to be around each other. So I would suggest definitely taking time to connect with the people that you're around, and trying to find fun things and enjoyable things to do together. I would also suggest the opposite of that, which is getting some time and space and boundaries for yourself, because we're kind of in the situation now where it's just like the entire time that we're home, it's time with each other 24/7. And so it becomes very hard to concentrate, very hard to kind of be productive and things like that. And on that note, I think it's really important to get some time outside, super, super important. For myself, I'm out usually with my son for about an hour or two, and we run around, we just get outside and get air. So if that's possible for you to do, it makes a huge difference. The other big thing that I think is really important when working digitally, and also just in this time period right now, is the first couple of days of this, I was basically in my shorts and t-shirt all the time, and not really shaving and all that. And it's really, really important, at least for me. I've got to take a shower, I've got to feel fresh. I've got to feel I even put on cologne even though I'm home, and I got to feel like I'm on point, because that helps me feel better about my whole day, so that's a really, really big helpful thing. And then I think the last part that's been helping me a lot is, I touched on it on the other video, it's that I set a very small amount of time each day that I'm going to actually check in on the news and all of that. I read a ton. I read a ton about everything that's going on. But beyond that, I stopped, and so I've been using the time now that I'm away from my regular life and all of that to start working on new things like this. So if there are things that you're passionate about or things that you really wanted to pursue, now that you've got some space from a lot of the day-to-day distractions that we all have, this is a really great time if you want to start pursuing things, whether it's reading, whether it's things that you want to create like videos, whether it's something that you've always wanted to study. Now, for a lot of students, this situation allows room for that, because the extracurriculars are over. There's so many things that are not happening, so there's a lot more room to do all of that. So please let me know if this is helpful, because I'll continue to kind of switch it up. One day I can do a math question, one day I can do something like this, then I can do a verbal question. Let me know with the likes and comments so I know whether to keep going in this direction or whether I should just keep my mouth shut and stick to content. I love you all. Thank you so much. Peace.